All right, welcome to Two Woke Boys, episode 146. I am Chris. Cole is not here at the moment, but I am joined by a lovely married couple from the Content Machine, Magenta and Greg.
Greg, yes.
Wow.
We are on stolen land.
Wow. So, we should kick this off with a land acknowledgement.
Yes. My partner, I don't like to use the word husband.
Okay.
No, she doesn't.
But
she
you
doesn't.
are married.
Yes, we're married legally.
Yes.
We're legally binding in a contract with the government. We're married.
Okay.
And I don't like the term husband for a few reasons. First of all, it genders my partner.
Okay.
Second of all, it implies that there's a wife, and I am not a wife.
No.
I am not someone who does anything to contribute to a man's life in any way.
Okay.
No.
No cooking, no cleaning, no pleasurable sex.
Okay.
Yeah, and we don't really have sex. Well, I personally don't have sex with Magenta very often.
Okay, the reason we call him Greg is because, Greg the Peg. We peg him.
Oh, I see.
And when I say we, I mean me and,
That's very sex positive of you.
we believe in diversity in the Magenta house. He's taken on my last name, in fact.
That's
Greg
cute.
Magenta, and I'm Magenta. And in our house,
Wait, your last name is Magenta?
yes.
Wow.
Well, it's just one name. It's Magenta, but he's taken on the last name.
Oh, okay.
I never knew I liked pegging before being married to Magenta, but she showed me some things.
Yeah,
Wow.
and so did one of the guys who we have come over sometime, Tyreek.
Okay.
He's shown Greg a few things as well, and Jamal.
Yep.
So you have a whole bunch of people coming over, but it seems
It's a breeding party.
Are any women coming over?
No.
No women.
No.
It's just,
No.
just
No.
dudes. Okay.
I've asked, but Magenta prefers for only men.
Large black men.
Large,
Okay.
very, very large. So large, I didn't even think it was possible to be that big, especially down there. It's pretty surprising.
Wow. So it sounds like you guys have a very healthy marriage.
Yes, very normal, very healthy.
Yeah, this is a very normal marriage from what I'm hearing.
This is totally normal.
Yeah, and you both seem very happy.
Yes, we're both very happy with this.
Very happy.
Yeah. It definitely doesn't seem like there's a hostage situation going on here.
No,
No.
that's what most marriages are. And again, I hate the idea and the institution of marriage myself. However, I felt very lonely and insecure without that government contract having a man
Yep.
bound to me legally.
Yeah. So to combat the institution of marriage that is oppressive and shitty, what you've done is you've gotten married.
Yes.
My little Magenta Pie is she's a complex person, full of wonder and mystique and sexual rage.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and
We're very open about our sex life.
Magenta likes to talk about it in front of people.
Okay. It sounds like it's open on one side. That's what it's sounding like. It sounds like Magenta's got it very open.
So there's a pro-am football team near where we live, and usually we just invite them over to rail me, Michael, and he watches. Greg Michael Magenta.
You're getting our bowls confused.
Apologies.
Well, we have
Well, it's tough. There's so many names you have to remember with this.
It is.
I
It,
can't keep
the
them
sex
straight.
party
and it's
thing
not
you got
because
going
they're
on.
the same race. That's not why I get them confused.
Yeah.
It's just there are a lot of them.
she is. Magenta is a tough cookie. Sometimes I look at her. I think she might burst from what she's going through.
When I walk down the street and there's a black man walking towards me on the sidewalk, I cross to the other side.
Yep.
Not because he's black,
No.
but because he's a man.
Nice.
Yep.
There you go. That's a boom for making a good point.
Thank you.
That's what we do here on the pod.
This seems like a very good and progressive podcast. So I just want to take a time to acknowledge although this is stolen land,
Yeah.
you're doing something productive on that land that balances you back out to a zero, to a neutral. You're not a net negative.
Yeah, that's what we do on this podcast. We try to we're the voice of women and people of color here on the Two Woke Boys. So we try to, tell women what's up, because women don't have a voice because they don't have a podcast like this one right here.
Right.
So some women, they might try to say stuff to us. They'll be like, "Why are you talking?" It's like, "Shut up, bitch," But we got it, And then we just, we know what women are going through, and that's why we're talking for them.
That is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And still problematic in my point of view.
Yeah.
Because a lot of men have podcasts. Okay, that box has been ticked.
Yeah.
And now women have a voice on a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, check. I didn't hear anything about non-binary people though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, they also count.
Okay.
Because if I let's say I meet a woman that's non-binary and she's pretty hot, I'm gonna definitely be like, I'm non-binary too.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, whatever you are, that me too. I'm also that.
Yes, I
Just
know
'cause,
people like that.
I want women to feel comfortable, so I will just agree with them indefinitely until we sleep together.
Okay.
That only after we sleep together, that's when my actual opinions will come out.
Okay.
And that's somewhat to do with my I have this condition, and it's it's a tough condition that sometimes it's hard to admit that I have this, but I'm gonna let it out here on the pod.
You're in a safe space.
I have phrasexuality.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
You have some of that, Magenti, don't you?
Yeah, I have something similar.
You have phrasexuality?
Have you heard of oral fixations? I have an anal fixation.
Wow.
Where I
Big
just
time.
kind of constantly need something
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
rammed up there.
Yeah.
The bigger, the better.
Yep.
I've been hospitalized many times. Greg here has had to scramble me to the emergency room. And they
Lot of
found some stuff
scrambling.
in his too as well.
Well, yeah. She'll get in a fuss if there's not something,
Yeah.
up there that's
Yeah.
big. Sometimes, I'm like, well, I'm here, Magenti Pie.
No, Greg, no.
No, it's always a no. But
Yeah.
No, Greg,
well,
please.
once we call Tyrell over, Daryl, she
It's
calms
Darren.
down.
See,
I'm
this
sorry.
is the problem. This is why we're teaching him.
I'm
'Cause
sorry.
He's racist. He's
All
getting
right.
their names
I'm sorry.
mixed up.
I never realized before being married to Magenta, I didn't realize I was racist.
Yeah.
I was a terrible person. Now I know that I'm stupid. Magenta told me I'm no longer a man, but non-binary. So we are non-binary.
Nice.
And I just never knew all these fun things about myself. So she's taught me to hate most things about me, which I love her for that.
And Greg works. He's sort of the sole
All the
person who
time.
works.
Yep.
I just like to kind of stay home because I need to do a lot of the emotional labor.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of women are doing emotional labor for immature men.
Yes, exactly.
Like he's immature because he has a job and he's working all the time,
All the
time.
providing for you.
Yes.
But
And-
he's immature because he doesn't understand the stuff that you're going through
See,
at home.
what I'm going through is I'm at home online feeling bad about things. He doesn't understand I'm doing the emotional labor of feeling bad for other people.
Yeah.
Let me
Hello?
Yeah.
let me just say, if you saw Magenti after getting through one of her
Sessions.
sessions, one of
It is her.
There.
I'm just testing you.
okay. Sometimes you never
It
know.
it changes
But yeah, if you
constantly.
saw her when she gets ran train on from about 12 pretty large black guys, you would not want her on her feet
Yeah.
working the next day. So that's where I step up, I step in. I want her to have all the sexual satisfaction that she desires. So
Wow.
that's my role as Magenta has described it to me.
Okay. So you're like a ride to the hospital
Mm-hmm.
and support.
And a lot of these guys don't have cars, so Greg will actually pick them up and bring them over.
Wow. So you're like the team bus.
Yeah.
The team.
The team bus, and then we go to the train station. I drop them off at the train station.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's He drives a school bus now. It picks him up in a it's a party bus to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did
And
have.
we jump on there, and it's sort of a bang bus then.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a 1988 Mustang. My late father gave to me, but Magenta said that was problematic a lot with the car, so we got rid of that. Got a school bus.
So you used to have like a cool sports car.
There's nothing cool about sports cars.
No.
They're oppressive.
They scream masculinity, and
Exactly.
Magenta said that was not good. So got rid of that and got a school bus and drive around the.
So you saw how you guys met. You saw Greg being very masculine in this car, in this sports car, and you wanted to come save him from his masculinity. It seems.
That was part of it. That wasn't quite the true story, but once I got to know Greg and his Mustang, I thought, okay, first we'll start with the Mustang. We'll lose that, and then we'll lose the male genitalia.
Nice.
The true root of all evil.
Yeah.
So start with the Mustang.
Wait,
and
so
we're working on that now.
Does he have his genitalia? Do you have
most of it.
He's pre-op at the moment.
Yeah,
but
most of it.
We're working towards it.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, which is honestly, I've never realized how much it gets in the way, and Magenta has taken little bits and pieces here and there.
Okay. Wait, you're removing it like piece by piece, or
Well, I have a scalpel at home.
okay,
And
because you used to be a nurse.
no,
Okay.
I just have an Amazon account and $12.
Oh, okay.
So I got just the cheapest one I could find.
Okay. Nice.
And when Greg's not looking, I just get in there and just start slicing.
Yeah. Yeah, because if somebody sees you cutting their dick and balls, they would catch you. But if they're not looking while you're doing it,
They would
then
start
you can
to
get away with it.
He would start
Big time.
expressing
Yeah.
violence towards me.
Yeah, there's no feeling in your dick and balls that would
Not anymore.
Yeah, that would sense that you're being attacked.
I just get so enraged when I see
Yep.
that tiny little thing. I just want to just slice it off.
Yeah, I never knew how small it was until Magenta told me all the time, and it makes sense why she needs such big men to satisfy her needs. It does make sense, and she's explained it to me several times. And people say it's one-sided, that she gets all the sex and I don't. But we did compromise because for a long time, I wasn't even there for the sex. So
wait, so the compromise was now you're there.
I get to watch, yes.
Oh, okay.
Which I've seen things I didn't think were possible, but I'm always impressed how much Magenta seems to enjoy it.
It's really strengthened our relationship.
Nice. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool that you're able to have this open style relationship.
Yeah.
It seems very mutual.
Yes.
Like everybody's all about it.
I get just a ton of pleasure from it. I'm just constantly rolling in pleasure.
I love to see my Magenta pie happy.
And then Greg gets to feel like he's doing the right thing.
I know.
Which he is, so.
I know that I am the reason that she gets to experience all this. Because if I was standing in her way or told her no, she would not get what she wanted.
That would be oppressive.
Yeah,
That would be oppressive.
As a male in a marriage.
As a male.
As you know,
Yeah.
it's oppressive for a man to say, oh, you can't have sex with other women
Yeah.
or other men.
Yeah, it's rude to do that. It's rude to tell your wife to not fuck other people.
Incredibly
That's
oppressive.
so mean.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine walking in on you in one of your gangbang sessions and just say, hey, honey, can you not suck two cocks at once?
Yeah.
That's not my place as a husband.
And
Yeah.
half the time I'm just doing research for my own cock. We're all going online, we're watching, we're looking and trying to find our own. That's why we have the bang buses. It's just an interim thing while I'm working towards getting my own large black cock put on my body, sort of like a Mr. Potato Head kind of character, and then I will be doing the railing on Greg. Peg Greg,
That's great.
Hey, Greg, that's what you say. Yeah,
Greg.
penis shopping has been interesting. I've never knew there's so many different sizes and girths out
They
there.
come in all shapes, sizes, and colors,
Yeah.
And and they're really expensive. The surgery is really expensive, but that's why Greg is working overtime.
That's why I picked up all that extra, all those shifts, just so we can make sure she gets a good penis. I think any husband will tell you they want to get the right penis for their wife.
Yeah.
Make sure she's happy.
Yeah, I never thought about that with like if you get like a surgery to add a penis, like I'm sure you get to pick the size, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going extra large.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go for the top.
Yes, we're going for the biggest.
Yeah, you want to make headlines with, like comically large penis.
I want it so big that when I get an erection, I pass out.
That's what you want.
Because there's no more blood in my brain.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the way to go.
And then when I insert it, he passes out from the sheer size and pain of it.
Yeah, I've been trying to expand my horizons in that field and getting myself ready. Lots of stretching and it's pretty tight, so it's probably going to be pretty painful for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. We anticipate it to be incredibly painful.
And
That's cool.
The sheer size, I was like, can't we get a more normal sized penis? And Magenta said, no, you cannot. No, we cannot.
Yeah, Greg has low T, so I actually kind of snuck into his cabinet and
it's
started.
not because you castrated him that he has low T.
No, it's not because I've.
It was around the time though, and no, it wasn't because of that.
No, it wasn't because of that. But
it wasn't.
I did start sneaking some chemicals into some of his drinks that may have had effects along the lines of chemical castration.
Oh, okay.
And that the scalpel, it's just, hey, we're just finishing the job.
It's just crystal light.
It's just crystal light.
Yeah.
Well, look, we're married now, so my body is,
her choice.
Well, Magenta's body.
Your body, her choice.
Yes.
Exactly.
There you go.
Because reverse it. If you were to reverse that, it would be problematic.
Incredibly problematic.
If I told you what to do with your body, that would be very bad.
Yeah.
But Magenta, she's okay. I want to cut off, the tip of your. Hey, I want to cut off the tip of your penis.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with that.
What year is it? 2023. That's completely normal.
Yeah, a modern relationship now is about compromise. And by compromise, you just have to agree with whatever the woman says.
Yep.
Thank you.
Or you will get absolutely yelled at indefinitely.
Yes.
It scares me sometimes knowing that there are husbands out there with their full penis intact. What are they thinking? What are they going to do with that?
That's
Think about
messed
that.
up. Yeah.
They have just a rape machine between their legs at all times.
It's dangerous.
You just got to cut them all off.
Yeah.
Men can't help but to try to rape. Even after marrying Magenta, if I got close to her, she said, "You're trying to rape me
Yeah.
right now."
Yep.
And it was our wedding night when she said that.
Wow. All right.
That's right.
Well, that's fantastic. It sounds like you guys have an awesome relationship there. But yeah, I guess we could get into some of the topics this week.
Let's do it.
We have some topics and stuff. Let me see. So there was an article about, is it racist to like big
Yes,
butts?
already yes.
Okay. I like that. I love that this article is not coming up.
Is it racist to like big butts?
It doesn't want me to read this article.
Yes, and here's why. Because you're fetishizing large, voluptuous, plump rumps, typically owned by minority women.
Minority women. That's what I was going to say.
And the problem with that is, I don't even know where to begin with the problem with that. There are so many things wrong with finding other races attractive.
Yes, Magenta has made clear that
You should only date within your race. That's what I'm trying to say. If you find a Puerto Rican person attractive and you're a white man, no. You have to stick with white women.
Okay.
If you're a white man, you should only date and try to procreate and marry white women.
But you're fucking like all these black dudes, right?
Yes.
That is different.
But that's cool because it's like reparations or whatever.
Exactly. That's me doing my part. But
and you have paid back a lot of reparations. A lot.
I would think we're almost getting close to breaking even.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Maybe I could get in there then sometime.
No.
Okay.
All right. It appears that this article is not working.
Well, let me paint you a picture, and you tell me if this is problematic. If I just went out and went up to a black woman, asked her out for a date, and it went well, we kept seeing each other, and we started to date, and I am this white male who is just dating this black girl.
No,
That would.
because you're fetishizing her for being black. So you only get to date white people.
And that's what Magenta has explained to me thoroughly.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good way to like. You basically just whatever Greg does is racist.
Yes.
Because
Homophobic, racist.
Yeah, because he does it through a lens of his whiteness.
Yes.
So, and that's bad. So, and you need someone like you to tell him that all the time.
Yes. And I think, in general, the most progressive thing you can do is to not race mix. Race mixing is
That's so progressive.
That
That's
is-
where it is now.
that is disgusting.
Magenta is.
You know? It's
she's-
disgusting for a white person to look upon with the white male gaze other races and say, that is attractive. I
Yeah.
like that. Not okay.
Yeah.
Magenta is very conscious about not allowing the races to mix. Like after one of her sessions, I had to go in there and clean it out.
And please explain how we like to do that. It's very similar to when college students spill at a party, spill a beer, and Zamboni.
Wait, what is?
So when you
what is the Zamboni? I've never.
So
heard
a
of it.
Zamboni resurfaces the
Zamboni.
ice at
Yep, we
periods of
Zamboni.
hockey games.
Okay.
So when you spill, you kind of go down and
Oh, okay.
kind of slurp up the
Wow.
drink. Let's just say we like to do a little Zamboni
Yeah.
after those sessions.
A towel might not get all of it. So
Okay.
Magenta has explained that the slurp method is the only way to ensure that all the semen is cleaned out of the spot there.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is. You need suction. You can't, absorbing it with a towel isn't enough.
Yeah. All right.
So-
Well, that is fantastic. What a graphic description of your fun activity that you guys do. We love that.
When you love somebody, you're willing to do whatever they want
Yeah.
without question.
This is what modern marriage is now. This is what marriage to you're non-binary, is that right?
I don't even know anymore, to be
Yeah.
honest with you, Chris.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Well, that's good. Whatever I feel like Magenta's thing is that whatever he thinks you are, you're not that.
That's right.
That's how people like you are.
He's wrong.
Yeah.
Because he's
Yes.
a white man. So
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
already wrong from the
Yeah.
start. So
Whatever a man says to you is just you're disagreeing with it.
actually, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
me tell you a little
We
story.
like that.
One time, I called my mother and I asked her how she was.
Okay.
Okay. Magenta came in and let me know why that was so problematic.
Okay.
And she let me know how inconsiderate I was being, sexist, racist, and how much hate was spewing out of me, which is, I've corrected that behavior. Now I actually never talk to my mother because I would never want to offend her like that. And these are the things that Magenta has really opened my eyes to.
That's right.
So thank you, dear. I love you.
Wow.
We're all a work in progress, Greg included. And, we're
big
trying
work.
our best. There's something about fitness that is sort of an outgrowth of white supremacy.
Yeah.
So Greg is making a stand on that front as well.
Wow.
I remember before I met you when I had when I had the Mustang. I had
And the full penis.
the full penis, which still disgusts me to think about. I was working. I was actually a lawyer. Had my own law firm actually, and I had a six pack, and I was in very good shape, and it was very frightening to be around me. I would say.
That type of body, that body type, just signals violence
Yes.
and white supremacy.
Yeah.
So
And I never knew that, so I quit the law firm. I packed that up. I work at Macy's now, which is I don't like it, but Magenta does, so
Macy's,
which
huh?
makes me love it. Yep, I'm in the cologne section, and
and cologne is for everyone, not just men.
Yeah.
that's
By
true.
the way,
Although I've never seen a man in that section at all at Macy's. You said Macy's, right?
Macy's, yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
a
when
lot
you go through the perfume area, it's like all ladies.
Yeah, there's the occasional Armenian man who comes through the cologne section and buys
That's true.
6, 7, 8 bottles.
Dracoir, Noir, whatever that shit is. Yeah.
Yep.
They do that.
And my diet, I used to love fresh foods. Magenta explained to me there are people that don't have access to there are food deserts.
Yeah.
So she has food deserted myself. So if why is it fear that I should get fresh foods when there are people in the inner cities who don't? So
McDonald's, Wendy's.
Yep. So I eat those foods, and then Magenta, you still eat pretty fresh and healthy.
Oh, I eat a very strict vegan diet from Whole Foods or above.
Yeah,
But
a Whole Foods or above.
Yeah.
So like only elite,
Erewhon, Whole Foods.
Yeah.
But we'll typically get a couple of hamburgers from Wendy's, and
Yep.
we have he has a lot to do, so we don't have time to really eat them. So we just kind of toss them in a blender, blend them up, and sort of force it down his gullet, as we like to. Yeah, well, we call it a gullet, and some may call it the slurp machine, the Slurpatron 3000, based after our sessions. He just prefers it all in a kind of liquid slurp form.
Wow.
Yeah, Magenta prefers that I slurp as much as possible.
Nice.
Just to keep the suction
Yeah,
working.
yeah.
Keep the muscle.
Yeah, yeah.
Work
Yeah,
the muscle.
The only muscle in your body at this point.
Yeah,
right?
the only one that matters.
It's the only one that is in shape at this point. Yeah, but I love doing it. I love making her not smile necessarily, but not frown as much.
Yeah.
And people say, Magenta, what are you doing? You're clearly attracted to women and you like lesbians, and you're trying to turn his body into that of a 50-year-old lesbian woman with this. And I say, yeah, if that's the case, then where's his wrist brace? Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I have to say to that.
Yeah.
So, no.
That's
The masculinity
that was beautiful.
is that he still has wrist functionality.
Yes, if he had a wrist brace, there would be an argument to be made that he's gone fully 50-year-old lesbian.
Yeah.
But
But you won't let me wear one, even though my wrist is broken right now.
Yeah. You did hurt it.
It got caught in between a couple of guys that were kind of steamrolling through Magenta, and
Magenta's thinking about it right now,
Yeah.
I believe.
yeah, my vulva's getting pretty lubricated right now, Greg.
Yep.
Nice.
Absolutely, yeah, yep. It is a sight to see. Just
We do love that. I was going to bring up, let's see. Okay, so speaking of your guys' situations, I don't know if you guys have heard Peloton, the famous bike company, has had recalls of over 2 million bikes because of a dangerous seat situation. Okay? So
okay.
a lot of people have been riding the bikes, and it's damaging their rear area from the Peloton seat, so they're having to recall it. And we just want to reach out to any women out there that have a Peloton, and if you don't have somewhere to sit because your Peloton is in the shop, you may sit on me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very progressive.
Yeah. So if you don't, if you need to sit on something and not go anywhere, you can come over here and then sit on me. Okay. And that's what we're offering for women that have been damaged by this Peloton recall.
When I hear that, Chris, I can't help but think only women. So this is only for women. This offer.
Yeah. I want to help women. That's my thing.
It sounds like you're being kind of exclusive and not fully inclusive to all types of people who may or may not want to sit on your face.
That's true. But see, I feel like men have enough, because like we hate men on this podcast because we're feminists.
Not gay men.
We love gay dudes,
True.
but we're also not gay. That's a big thing. I really want to make this clear. Yeah, we are for gay shit and all that stuff, but I'm definitely not gay, and I will prove it. So that's like a big thing that we're like big captains of on the pod here, is that
Everyone's fluid. You don't want to write it off.
I was just gonna say that gay is a spectrum. It's a big. There's a total spectrum thing, and I am on the farthest end of not gay at all. Okay,
That's interesting.
and that's just look. It's unfortunate. I just can't help how like alpha I am, and it just really sucks.
I'll say this, all that can be changed with a little hormone replacement, a little scalpel. As we've done with Greg here, he's on the spectrum now too, and we've been pushing him down towards the correct end of that spectrum.
Yep.
By the way, and he's experienced that pain. That he's gotten the Magenta treatment from the football team. He's experienced that, and he describes it as about 60 Pelotons. Is how we've quantified that. That's the new unit of measurement for rectal pain. And
it's about Peloton seats.
This is the Peloton seats. It's been about 60 Peloton seats. So I don't want to say I have no sympathy, but they need to step their game up if they want to feel what we're really feeling.
As somebody who has experienced quite a bit of anal devastation recently over the years,
That's a good way to put it.
To the women and gay men out there who were hurt by the Peloton, I feel for you and I apologize. And then for the straight white men,
No sympathy.
no, you are evil and most likely deserved what happened.
That's right.
That's a good point. Yeah, we love that. Let's see. It seems okay. Let me see. I can do this article. I like this one. We got an article here. Here it is. I'm pulling it up. Open link. All right. This article is from Slate. Okay. This is help. My ex has thrown a huge wrench into my wedding plans.
Uh-oh.
That's right. So it says, let's see, I got all these ads here. My cousin and I are more like brothers. We grew up together and basically in each other's back pockets. Chrissy was literally the girl next door and my girlfriend from elementary school through my first year of college. Everyone expected us to get married, but we broke up because we realized we were together only because everyone expected us to be. No hard feelings. Fast forward. I am very happily engaged to the love of my life. I asked my cousin to be my best man. He told me he would love to, but he had to get something off his chest. He and Chrissy were dating. It weirded me out at first. Our hometown is small, but not that small. Still, we're approaching 30, and it seems stupid to have hang-ups about stuff from high school, but I didn't think my fiancée would have a problem when I told her. Well, she doesn't want Chrissy at our wedding. She thinks it's inappropriate to have my ex-girlfriend present when we say our vows. I argued it would be opening a bigger can of worms to specifically ban Chrissy. I can't ask my cousin to be my best man and tell him his girlfriend can't come. It's seriously offensive and would piss off a lot of my family since they and Chrissy's family have been friends forever. Chrissy isn't at the wedding party. She would just be one of the guests. My fiance is holding firm, and I don't see a way around this without blowing everything to kingdom come. I love my fiance, my cousin. What do I do?
Well, that's a tough cookie.
What should they do there?
This
That's
is
tough.
a great question.
I mean, I have a lot of experience with girlfriends not coming or wives not coming, so it's tough.
I'll say this. First of all, it's what one woman wants versus another. So generally, there's a hierarchy of who's right and who's... And so we're now at... They're both right.
Yeah, they're both correct because they're women.
Yes.
Is one of the women's potentially a minority?
No, that's a good way to do it too. Whoever's you have to pull out like an oppression chart. Like whoever's more oppressed, they're more right.
That is exactly
That's important
right.
to do. Yeah,
I have that handbook somewhere,
Yeah.
and it's just a hierarchy of...
Yeah,
So that's... I can't answer that question without knowing more
yeah.
information.
You need to see a
about
picture of what they look like before you make a decision on who's correct.
I need to see a DNA test. I need to see a 23andMe.
Yeah, you got to see a 23andMe of who is what percentage, and then you can determine who's correct there.
Whoever has less European, that's who's correct.
There you go. Yeah.
We had a similar problem for our wedding, that one of Magenta's exes, who I believe played for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yes.
Magenta was not sure if she was still in love with him. It was our wedding day. It was very stressful, so Magenta just ended up having a little powwow with him. Slept with him for about 3 hours and realized that she was no longer in love with him. And then we had just one of the most beautiful ceremonies I could imagine.
I'm no longer in love with Jamar. It's purely physical.
Yeah.
It was always.
But you're still
has
banging.
And will be purely physical.
Yes.
No love there.
Sorry, to clarify, she realized she was not emotionally in love with him, but was very much physically attracted to him. So
He has just an absolutely ripped body, completely ripped up,
So-
abs,
Which you
super
hate,
strong.
by the way.
Which is
You
a
hate
huge
that.
problem.
Yeah.
But
But in
he's-
a relationship, it's a problem. When it's a physical thing, it's fine.
when it
There
comes
you
to
go.
a preference, we can't control our preferences.
That's right. Yeah.
So I found it attractive.
You prefer to completely emasculate whatever guy you're with and then seek dudes that are the opposite of that.
Chris, you're starting to learn too.
Yeah.
You're almost catching up to Greg's level
hey,
here.
hey, buddy.
I feel like I understand feminism pretty well. I mean, I do have the most feminist podcast on the planet.
That's true.
This podcast, I mean, I will say this, for some reason, this podcast listenership is almost 100% dudes, and I'm furious about that. But maybe it's because women, they don't know how to use computers or figure out podcast shit or park a car parallel or any of that shit. They don't know how to do that stuff. So they need a guy to tell them how to do that,
Or maybe the men are allies, and they're trying to
They
better
are.
educate.
Well, that's what we call our listeners. They are allies.
Sounds
They're
like-
allies of the pod.
It sounds like a lot of men who are trying to improve themselves, just like me. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, if you want to stop being so evil, try.
Become that. Yeah.
Become what I
Yeah.
am.
Lose your penis and
Parts.
become a potato.
Not the whole thing, just parts.
Most of it. Yeah.
Most of it.
Why do we idolize these Chris Hemsworths and Leonardo DiCaprios? No, this is the ideal man.
Yeah. Well, it's
This
like
is who
dad
should-
bod.
Yes.
The dad bod is like the hot thing.
And I take up a bit of an issue with that as well, because when they talk about mom cuts, once you open up dad bod, then it goes to mom cuts, and that is a problem.
Mom cuts. Are you talking about like the short bob kind of haircut?
Yes.
Like the
Kind of like shoulder length,
Yeah,
maybe dyed an unnatural color.
yeah.
Yes.
Maybe exactly what you have. Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's a problem because nothing women do can ever be wrong.
Yeah. And the reason you cut your hair that short is just because you can't even.
I just can't even.
You can't even.
can't.
And it's like you were doing all this physical labor on your hair, but you have to do all this emotional labor for all the men out there who need therapy.
Exactly.
And they're not going.
They're not going.
They're not going to therapy.
Can you please just go to therapy?
Yeah, and it's not because it's $300 fucking dollars a week to talk to some dipshit that just gonna tell me I hate my parents.
We have
Right.
Greg go 3 times a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you found out you hate your parents yet? Or
I did find that out. Yes, Magenta told me I hate my parents, I hate myself, and it's been a long healing process.
the patriarchy is really the problem here.
I'm his therapist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm not licensed or anything, but he
No.
does pay me, and I do the emotional work.
most therapists cost $300 an hour. Magenta does charge $600, but it's because of she knows me so
The
well.
emotional labor.
Well, and
emotional
to make
labor.
up for the wage gap and,
And
stuff.
the
so
wage gap.
And the wage
kind of
gap.
the reparations that way.
So that's another part of the reason why I have to take on. I work 16 hours, 7 days a week, just to help pay for Magenta's sex parties and
They're more of breeding parties, but
Yeah.
yes.
breeding parties, and slurping parties as I call them.
Yeah.
And
He's
therapy.
great for coming in and cleaning up.
Yeah.
I'm your cleanup man.
Yeah. That's great. I didn't know you could work at Macy's that long. 16-hour days for a store that's only open regular store hours. But
He's working overtime.
he works so hard,
He's working overtime. He's a great employee there. They really like him.
Yeah, they say I take direction very well.
Yeah. That's very good. We love that. We love that for Greg. Let's see. Did you guys hear about the trans woman that was accused of flashing their penis at the YMCA? Did you hear about that?
Did not hear about that.
So there was a trans woman flashing her penis. Okay.
Sounds like nothing wrong happening
Yeah.
here.
When I see a woman's penis, I'm like, that's hot because I like women. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
When I see
You and me both.
when I see a chick with a fucking sweet boner, I'm
That's
like,
fine.
dude, that chick is hot, dude. You know.
Yep.
So,
know that
there
game.
was this lady at a YMCA. You know, I guess probably in the women's restroom because she's a lady, okay, and she's probably trying to charge her period with the other ladies, like sync it up like a fucking Wi-Fi. So she's probably like just jerking it, you know, and she's flashing her penis to everybody. There was she got in trouble, but she got off because the court determined that she was too fat to actually show her penis.
Justice.
So yeah.
Justice.
Exhibit A.
So
that's
what a-
part of the
what a
reason
win.
that's what we're working on here with Greg.
Mhm.
'Cause We're trying to just kind of skin over the entire
Yeah.
penis. You can't even see it.
Yeah, I haven't seen my penis in it's been years now.
Yeah.
But
So you can't flash anybody if you can't see it, right? It's like hide and seek rules. If I can't see you, you can't see me.
Mhm.
So if I go like this, I'm actually hiding, right?
Yeah. And I've noticed with a lot of these people who are transgendered, there's never anything else going on.
No,
It's just that.
not
It's
at
never
all.
downstream from
No.
some other clear problem that's happening physically and mentally with them.
Yeah, definitely not.
You know, because it's healthy to be fat. You know, we
Yeah.
should
How-
celebrate morbidly obese.
Yeah.
We should celebrate all of those types of bodies. And
All bodies are beautiful, even fat, disgusting ones.
you know, and you think about the stream here, and you've got, you know, trans, obese. There's no deep seated thing that's at the top of that river of some sort of weird fucked up mental thing.
Yeah.
That these all
not
flow
at all.
from.
None of that is
No.
going on. These are all very normal people just pulling their penis out at a Y. I go to the Y and I see penises all the time. I
Hey.
mean, that's kind of what happens when you go to the Y.
Kind of
Right.
the deal.
When you go to the locker room, you're going to see some tiny penises under some fat rolls. And this person apparently was fun. You didn't even see their penis because the fat was covering the penis, right? So they did like what's that? What was that? The lawyer in the OJ case. What was that guy's name?
Rob Kardashian, Johnny Cochran.
Yeah, Johnny Cochran. You know how he did if the glove does not fit, you must have quit. He did dropped a bar
Yeah,
in the fucking court and that literally kept OJ from going to jail. That's what they did with this trans person, you know?
Right. We need to come up with our own little.
Yeah, we got to come up with a
rhyme.
bar for if your stomach's too fat, you can't see my cat or whatever.
If your body's too thick, you didn't see the dick.
Nice, dude. You got a little bit of a censor
dude.
beep in there too. What?
A dude? You said nice dude? I am not a dude.
I'm sorry.
She's not. She is
Nice. Whatever you are.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
That's that your pronouns is whatever you are.
Yes.
Yeah. That's great.
I saw one of the people I follow on Instagram, which is a toxic platform
Yeah,
that I
that's-
use 12 hours a day. I saw someone on there, and this person had 3 pronouns in their bio: he/they/she.
Oh, all of them.
Just all of them. So
This is a real person.
this is real.
Wow.
And I thought, wow, this is progressive.
Isn't that
Yes.
just like isn't that what a non-binary person is? Kind of, or no?
I don't have the time to explain it to you guys. To you stupid,
Yep.
Yeah.
thick-headed
Yeah,
men.
because we
Yep.
don't get it. You know,
I'm sorry.
we just couldn't understand
You-
what it's like to go through.
How much time do we have?
Yeah,
You know,
you're right.
we
Not
don't have
enough.
all day.
Yeah, not
for me to
enough.
explain something so simple to you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Being non-binary is hard. It's certainly not just like
it is.
just do whatever you want,
Yeah.
whenever, and then just
It's
say.
been around forever. First of all,
and by forever we mean 2-3 years max.
centuries.
Yeah.
It's been around.
Yeah,
Yeah, since Magenta told me I was non-binary, it's been hard. I've been very stressed out, confused and things she says is that all people are dealing with are like this. So, yeah, it was a shock to me when she told me. But
Yeah.
We're all born non-binary.
yes,
It's just society puts these labels of man and woman on us.
Yeah.
But what happens if you don't fit into one of those neat little boxes? What happens if your partner starts dosing you up with hormones and slicing your penis with a scalpel? Then what are you?
Yeah.
yeah. When
Yeah.
your penis looks like a banana peel with the banana out of it,
Yeah.
what are you?
Yeah, when it looks like a paper mache pinata that's been destroyed.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
what are you? I say I'm Greg.
You're filled with candy like a piñata.
I'm one happy partner here.
Yeah. That's great. We love that, and that's fantastic. Let's see. What's another one we can talk about here? Let's see. The writers' strike. We love the writers. We support them. You know.
Yep. The non-male writers, yeah.
Yeah. We especially the women writers. That's for sure. And if you're a woman and you want to come over and write, definitely hit us up. You know, we'll have a writing session with you, and we'll like, you know, you'll come over and you'll be like, "Where's your notebook?" And I'll be like, "That's not how I write."
yeah, usually it sounds like you're the type of guy who writes with little lotion, essential oils.
That's right.
Got to loosen up the body, a couple
Yeah, I like to write in the
massage
nude
train.
too. That's
Yeah,
like my
yeah.
big thing. You know, and I write in my bedroom. You know, on my mattress on the
bed.
floor.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Just where all the creative juices really flow. All the juices, in fact.
There's so many juices flowing
Yeah.
when I'm
Yeah.
writing. You know.
I've slurped some of those up for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really loved earlier when you described it as anal devastation. That really connected
Yeah.
with me, by the way.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, dear. Yeah, well, you're the one doing it.
He could be a writer himself, you know, with that kind of language.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Magenti's done some erotic writing, which was rejected for being too disgusting and dirty, but it was just based on your sexual history.
Yes.
And it was just a 1-for-1. 50
Yes.
Shades of Black, I think you were thinking about calling it.
Yep. 50 Shades of Dark, Dark Chocolate.
Nice. All right. So I got another article here. This article also from Slate.
Okay.
Okay.
Just some bangers out of Slate, dude. Yeah. So Slate, this one's called "Forget Working Out. I'm Learning How to Fly."
Okay.
Aerial classes. You know the people that like hang upside down on like those like ribbon bullshit and all that stuff. Aerial classes,
That's what you have me doing.
including ones that accommodate larger bodies, are
Yep.
on the rise. So, let's see. This says, I'm not an exercise person. I swipe left on women who say they're really into hiking. When I walk past the Planet Fitness on my way to the local bakery, I'm on this side of the window. As a fat woman who practices health at every size, going to the gym felt fraught before I even got injured. I spent the last 4 years slowly recovering from plantar fasciitis, which made it painful to walk any distance, let alone work out.
Yep.
This fall, I completed physical therapy at last, and on a whim, I enrolled in a mixed aerials class designed for larger bodies at
Yep.
the circus school down the street. Aerial circus is quite simply acrobatics in the air. Aerialists climb up ropes or fabric, hang from the straps or metal bars, and perform visually exciting feats. There's an aerial hoop or lyra, as well as trapeze, ropes, straps, aerial skills, or silks, my bad, which are long, bright, hued lengths of polyester that dangle from the ceiling to the floor. Wow, they just described ribbons. Great. Thank you for that entire paragraph that wasn't a waste. The concept is old. Trapeze acts dating from the 19th century. The popularity of aerials has become more popular since Cirque du Soleil hit the scene in the 1980s. But now, See, when Cirque du Soleil came up, it was very racist because it was, well, they're not racist, but fattest or whatever that.
Fat phobic.
Yeah, fat phobic. There you go. Not body positive, you know?
It's basically racist.
Yeah, sure. It's probably racist too. Because
It is. It's all the same.
Weren't all the people that were doing Cirque du Soleil like Asian or something?
I would not
wrong?
assume their ethnicity in that way.
Okay, well, I don't know. But it's like a different language, Cirque du Soleil. Isn't that like French, though?
I believe that's French.
Yeah. Well, I still stand by that they're probably Asian. So, because they do flips and do that like ribbon dance shit and all that stuff. But anyway, thanks to Cirque du Soleil paving the way of hanging upside down on ribbons and all that shit. Now, fat women have entered the fray and are now girl bossing by hanging upside down on straps.
Beautiful.
And that's really cool, and we support that.
You know, I think that's awesome. And I'm going to volunteer, Greg, at one of these places to spot one of these women by standing directly underneath them.
Yeah.
And kind of belay them, you know, mountain climbers. And just
and you're not
just
like
right underneath.
Yeah, and you're not hoping that the straps fall and crush him like a piano does on a like in a cartoon.
No.
You're not hoping that happens at all.
No. But if those ribbons were snipped in some way with a $12 scalpel from Amazon, don't look at me.
It wasn't you up there in the rafters.
If the integrity, if the integrity of that ribbon and the strength was
just
compromised,
sliced away, you had nothing to do.
I
with
was
it.
not there.
Yeah.
And if Greg just gets absolutely smashed with a giant beluga whale coming crashing down on
from
him.
a flying Lizzo just dropping on him, you know.
If I could sacrifice myself to save a large-bodied woman,
A person of size, a POS.
POS.
Is that their
A big-
term?
a POS.
Yeah,
Yeah.
term.
a big
Person
PO,
size.
a big POS, one of the biggest POSs you've ever seen. I would be so happy. I mean, a woman's life is worth 2 lives of a man. So, and depending on the size of the woman, could be 3 to 4 lives of a man. So, if I was crushed by, you're saying like by a beluga whale of a woman, crushing my bones and my filleted penis, and I would die happy. I know I wouldn't be going to heaven, but I would hope I wouldn't be going to the 7th layer of hell, like Magenta has told me that I will go when I die.
Wow.
But I like that term, a flying Lizzo.
Yeah. That's probably like a move that they do, a flying Lizzo. You just like
That's a very
they like
progressive-
roll you up, like you roll yourself up in the ribbon all the way to the top of the rafters, and then they like let you go like a Duncan yo-yo, and then you just like you sleep at the bottom, you like spin around, and your fat body's just kind of rolling around.
I'm glad you said
cool is
fat
that?
and
Yeah.
not obese. We don't want
That's
to
beautiful.
medicalize it.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
No,
Fat.
well, see, doctors when they call someone obese, that's rude.
That is messed
Yes.
up.
Like if you're a huge person and you go into a doctor and you destroy their scale and they go, we actually have to go to like a truck place to weigh you because
a whale scale.
yeah, we have to put you on those scales that they have at the truck
Or zoos.
truck stops. Yeah, or zoos, whatever the scale is. They put you on that scale and they go, actually, you're medically obese. That's so fucked up. What they need to say is that you're brave or you're beautiful.
Revolutionary.
Yeah.
I had misconceptions back when I was in shape, the dark ages, as we say, and now that Magenta has plumped me up, I feel so much better than I used to. I sleep 12 hours a day. My blood pressure is high. I sweat all the time, and So
These are all positive things.
Yeah, he lives in a constant state of fear and anxiety.
His heart feels like it's going to explode, which I'm sure is great.
Yeah,
Because exercise is about getting your heart rate up. If your heart rate is just constantly up,
then we don't need to participate in the white supremacist activity of exercise.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Before me, Greg's life was in shambles. 6-figure lawyer job, working out all the time,
just
eating
wasting
healthy.
time.
Yes.
It's a waste of time to go working out.
Donating.
When you're fat, you know how quick you get your heart rate up to max?
Yep.
Like you walk up 4 steps and you're like out of breath. So you did your workout for the day.
So then I came in and saved Greg, and once I've been involved in his life, it's been a lot better for him.
Yeah.
I used to run 8 miles a day, and just awful.
Yeah.
What a time waster. And yesterday I walked up a flight of stairs and I was out of breath. I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, and that's the same level of exercise for you now that running 8 miles was.
Yep.
And you're just doing it in way less time. So you're being more efficient.
Much more efficient, which is good, because if I am late to my job at Macy's again, I'm going to get fired. And if I get fired, Magenta will not be happy about that. But I thought I was having a heart attack. Ended up just being a panic attack. But I did roll down the flight of stairs, and I've never seen my little Magenta laugh so hard. So it was nice putting a little smile on her face. Usually there's about a team of black men railing her when I see her smiling like that. So it was nice to bring a smile to her face, other than her being absolutely dominated by huge men.
Yeah, I've recently come out of the closet to Greg. I've been a closeted polyamorous.
Okay.
So
It's so tough.
Yeah.
It was so tough.
it was tough keeping that secret, so I came out with it. But yeah, Greg, if he gets fired from his job at Macy's, I'll just say this: I'm going to upgrade my scalpel.
Which
Nice.
she is completely within her right based on the laws and rules of marriage that Magenta has explained to me.
Yeah.
But it was tough knowing you were closeted like that. It hurt me that she had to hide that. The first day she told me, we called over the team, and I had never seen anybody scream like that before. Just waves of pleasure. It was a beautiful. It was like seeing those baby turtles being born.
Baby turtles being born?
And going to the
Yeah.
like the baby turtles when they're born.
They're like
and go to the ocean,
beautiful.
and it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Okay.
Very beautiful.
They come out of
The eggs.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that.
But instead of seeing hundreds
Hundreds of turtles.
of turtles,
Yeah.
I
He
just
gets choked up.
Yeah.
it just hurts. It just hurts.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
I saw hundreds of black men
Yeah.
railing my wife.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
He gets
He's
choked
so
up.
happy for you. Yeah.
Oh,
He just felt so bad that I had to be in the closet for that long.
Yeah,
That's
it
how
was
I know
tough.
Greg is a good person.
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
tough.
Because he's like, I've been repressing this whole time. I didn't know. I had
And
no
you
idea.
were also hiding the polyamory from him, which is also
It was tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was tough,
It's tough
for me
on the
too.
relationship.
Yeah.
It's tough on the relationship when you're in a committed, like, single, like, just us relationship, and then the other person springs on you like several years after you've been married that you're fucking other people like regularly.
Pretty
I was
constantly.
I was surprised. I was surprised.
Pretty much.
But it's just
every day.
physical, so it's like whatever.
I don't have feelings for them.
Yeah.
And it's not because of any racial thing. I just didn't have
It's
feelings.
just you just feel nothing.
yeah, I feel
And that's
very
that's
little.
that's unfortunate, you know.
Which is
You're
why
actually dead inside.
Yeah, which is
know?
why it takes about 7, 8, 9 giant cocks to
Big.
kind of get me feeling anything anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. That's unfortunate that that's how that is, but also like, you know,
Pretty empowering.
yeah, it is empowering.
When I found out, I'll tell you one thing. When I found out, I could not be mad. It was amazing to hear her just come out and tell me that for years she had been fucking people behind my back, but not because she didn't love me, but because she just felt this sexual energy towards other people besides me.
Ever.
Yeah. So it brought a tear to my eye.
Wow, we love that. That's a beautiful story.
Yeah.
You guys have a wonderful marriage. It seems like it's going very well.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I think you guys will probably stick it out, and it's going to stay. You'll stay together.
Yeah, well, pretty soon something pretty big will be sticking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Once I'm able to afford the surgery, we'll see if Greg dies in a mysterious accident.
No, hopefully not.
Yeah, a mysterious
But maybe.
aerial, like scissor accident or whatever.
Yeah, the second that penis is paid for, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if there's some sort of, like you said, with the ribbons being snipped or something of the sort. And
Yeah.
Greg standing underneath.
Being crushed by a fat lady in an aerial class.
If
Yep.
it's
That would
my
be
time,
That would
it's
be
my
an
time.
unfortunate accident, you know.
And I think she would be fine with all the cushion and
Yeah.
kind of an airbag.
Well, I guess the positive would be one less potentially rapey white man running around if I was to die.
Yeah.
That's true.
So that would be the positive. My life, it could save several others from me.
Yeah, we love that. We're wrapping up here. I would love to plug your guys' stuff. Would you guys like to shout out your stuff?
Yeah, I've been plugged many times today, so I'll bring it over to my Magenta here.
It's called Content Machine, and it's
beautiful.
It's some of the best content out there, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
Yeah, we love Content Machine. They have great stuff. Check them out on all platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook,
Snapchat. Yep.
Yeah. Snapchat too, huh? Nice.
We're trying.
Okay.
Also, if you are a well-endowed black gentleman, over the 8 inches of length and 4 inches of girth,
Add us on Kick.
please add us there. And we also have an ad out on mybowl.com, I believe it is, something like that.
Yeah, I think mybigbull.net.
MyBigBowl.net.
Real site.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can just fill out the form we have there and swing on by sometime.
Nice. All right. We love that. Also, follow the TooWokeBoys, like and comment on our show on the YouTube channel. Share the show with people, give us 5-star reviews on iTunes and Spotify, and follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Also follow ally of the show, Jeff Zinasek. Look for his tour dates on there, and also follow him on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And email the show, TooWokeBoys@gmail.com. And that's it. Also donate to the Slut Fund, Venmo and Cash App. That being said, thank you for listening to episode 146. Thank you to the Content Machine. And I am Chris, and Cole is not here. And I am one of the 2 woke boys.
Can you hear my voice this time?